Wedding announcement: Princess Leonor and Prince Christian's most lavish royal celebration. The world waited for this moment. The wedding of the century. A union that would reshape royal history. Princess Leonor and Prince Christian, their love was whispered about for years. But now, it's real. This is not just a wedding, it's the most lavish royal celebration ever seen. But what's really behind this fairy tale? What makes their wedding more than just an elegant ceremony? A billion-dollar venue, countless celebrities, dignitaries, and a guest list so exclusive, it could change the course of nations. This is the wedding no one could have predicted. As the world gazes upon the stunning pictures, golden chandeliers, white roses, and diamonds everywhere, few know the true story that led to this day. A story of family drama, hidden tensions, and a love strong enough to overcome them all. For years, Leonor and Christian's relationship remained a carefully guarded secret. Why? What was at stake? Was this just a royal match, or was there more behind their union? This wedding, as extravagant as it may seem, is not just a fairy tale. It's a battle for legacy. A story of power, politics, and passion. It all started years ago, in the quiet halls of a European palace, where two young hearts began a secret love story, one that would span continents, test loyalties, and challenge centuries of tradition. Princess Leonor, heir to the throne of Spain, had always been taught that love was secondary to duty. Prince Christian, from a lesser-known royal family, was seen as an outsider. Their union was not just an alliance of hearts, but one of kingdoms. A choice made to secure Spain's future, to unite powerful royal houses. But even the most calculated unions can be filled with love. As the years passed, their bond deepened. Yet, in the shadows of their romance, palace politics loomed large. They both knew the price of their love. There were whispers of a secret engagement, rumors of a forbidden relationship. But Leonor and Christian held strong, despite the mounting pressure. They continued their love in private, knowing the eyes of the world would one day be upon them. Now, here we are, on the eve of their wedding, and it's no longer just a story of royalty. It's a story of resilience, of fighting against the odds, and of uniting not just families but nations. The wedding, when it was announced, stunned the world. The grandeur was unlike anything anyone had ever seen. It was more than a royal wedding, it was a statement. From the venue to the guest list, everything about this wedding spoke of power, prestige, and history. The ceremony would take place at the Royal Palace of Madrid, a building that has witnessed centuries of Spanish history. But what most people didn't know was that the palace had undergone secret renovations, ensuring it would be the perfect setting for the union of two royals whose families had long rivaled each other. A wedding like no other. The flowers were flown in from the rarest parts of Europe. The guests were the crème de la crème, celebrities, world leaders, and a few very special guests whose presence would send shockwaves through the royal world. But it wasn't just the venue or the guest list that had people talking, it was the dresses. The wedding gown worn by Princess Leonor was nothing short of legendary. Rumors swirled that the gown was made from fabric once worn by past queens. It was the work of the most famous designer in Europe, someone whose name had never been linked to royalty before. The veil, rumored to have been sewn by hand, contained intricate designs that told the story of Leonor's family history, her struggles, and her triumphs. And then there was Prince Christian's suit, an understated but bold choice that signaled his desire to move away from tradition while still honoring the royal legacy he was now a part of. Some said it was a message to his family, others said it was a declaration of his intentions for the future. But behind all the opulence and glamour, there were the tensions. The royal families, long divided by old feuds, were forced to confront their pasts. Christian's family, though well established, had never been fully accepted by the Spanish court. Leonor's family, once the epitome of royal tradition, was now facing calls for modernization. Would this wedding be the bridge between the old world and the new? The pressure was immense. The eyes of the world were on them, yet they carried themselves with grace, knowing their wedding was not just a celebration of love, but of change. As the wedding day approached, there was one more detail that captured the world's attention: the royal wedding ring. Unlike any other, this ring symbolized more than just an exchange of vows. Its design held deep meaning. Each diamond was carefully selected to represent key moments in both Leonor and Christian's lives. Its value, beyond measure, not just financially, but emotionally. It was a bond that symbolized the unity of their families, their nations, and their futures. The wedding ceremony was breathtaking. From the cathedral's ancient arches to the sweeping royal aisle, every moment felt like something out of a dream. But it wasn't the grandeur that captivated the world, it was the way Leonor and Christian looked at each other. That moment when they exchanged vows, eyes locked, hearts beating as one. It was a promise not just to each other, but to their people. A promise of unity, love, and stability. The reception, however, was where the magic truly came alive. The guests, some of the world's most influential individuals, mingled in a ballroom that looked like something out of a fairy tale. The chandeliers sparkled like stars, and the floor was a sea of gold and white. As the newlyweds danced their first dance, their love was clear for all to see. But even in that moment, there was tension. Would this be enough to heal the rifts within their families? Would this wedding bring the change they all hoped for? The night ended with a fireworks display that lit up the Madrid sky. It wasn't just a celebration of love, but of a new beginning. The legacy of Leonor and Christian had begun, and the world watched, eager to see what would come next. In the end, this wedding was not just a royal celebration, it was a turning point in history. The union of Princess Leonor and Prince Christian will be remembered not just for its grandeur, but for the love and the legacy it represented. It was more than just a marriage, it was the most lavish royal celebration the world had ever seen.